to another episode of JustFrugalMe.com. Do you ever get frustrated when you're doing your budget because the numbers are not adding up? The more that you say 1 plus 1, you try to make it equal 2, but it's just not quite there. If you can answer yes to that, I want you to stick around because this post, my friend, is for you. Before we get started, I'm going to ask for you to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet, and share this video with those who you believe that will benefit from this content. Yeah, for real. Go on and click the subscribe button over there. I would really appreciate it. Did you do it? All right, so let's go on and get started. This week's post is more of a common sense style post, but it seemed like the older I get that common sense isn't always so common. So if I would have to sum this post up in one sentence, it would be, if you don't have the money to pay for something, don't buy it. But I know there are a lot of you out there that would like a deeper explanation on how do you not buy things that you cannot afford. So stick with me and we're going to go through 4 basic steps that will set you on the pathway of only buying things that you can afford. In America and in many other countries in the world, people seem to be obsessed with materialism. And it's funny that it seems that we are competing against each other, trying to see who can have the best, the biggest, and the most stuff possible. According to CNBC, most Americans, despite their best intentions, are digging themselves every single year in a deeper hole in debt. The average American now is in about $38,000 in personal debt, and that's not including their mortgage. The first thing that you want to do is to create a budget. There's an old saying that if you don't tell your money what to do, your money will tell you what to do. And most importantly, you want to stay in control. You want to make sure that you're creating that budget before the month begins. In other words, if you're doing your June budget, create the budget like mid-May. And that way, when June roll in, that every dollar has a name, every dollar will have an assignment. To know more about budgeting, click the link right there above me and it will take you to one of the videos that I did about budgeting. Creating a budget will put you more in control of your finances and it will also help you save more money to go toward your goal. To make sure that you're on the right track and not buying things that you cannot afford, is that you want to step back from the situation and ask yourself, is it really worth it? Think about it. Before you buy anything, especially over $100 like I do, I step back and say, is it worth it? If you're not sure how to do that, then go back and think about it. Is it a want or is it a need? Let's just be clear. A need is something that a person must have in order to thrive. Without needs, a person will suffer either physically or mentally. A want is simply as that, something that you desire, something that you don't necessarily need to have in order to survive or to keep yourself sane physically and mentally. If a person do not get a want, life will go on. It's okay. So let's recap that real quick. A need is something that you need, and a want is something that you want. That's that common sense stuff again. Another way to make sure that you're buying those things that you can afford and not buying those things that you cannot afford is to stay away from temptation. If you know you have a tendency to splurge, do not go window shopping. Stay away from the mall. When you see a mall, you should run, right? Because that money thing is going to be chasing you. Do not go to the mall for fun. Stay away from the mall. Do not become a impulsive spender. Just because you see a sale up, you're going to want to buy it. So stay away. Don't tempt yourself. I personally don't spend over $100 without sleeping on it first, because normally when I sleep on things before I purchase them, sometimes I think it's a need, but then it turned out to be a want. If you want to make sure that you are spending your money smart, don't make impulsive decisions. Just won't work. This is a great way to make sure that you are making money smart decisions and not becoming that impulsive spender. Stop and reflect on the different ways that you have been blessed. There is someone out there in the world that is more than happy with less than what you have. We have to stop the status spending. Status spending is trying to keep up with the Joneses, like they say. You believe that the grass is greener on the other side. But one thing that somebody failed to tell you is that the Joneses are broke. They're living credit card to credit card. They're living on the verge of foreclosure. Stop trying to compare yourself with other people and be happy and content with the things that you have and the things that you have been blessed with. You work too hard every single month just to give all of your money away because of impulsive spending. Stop focusing on the latest trends and what other people have. Being frugal is not about being cheap, but it's about being resourceful. It's about being smart with the decisions that you make with your money. Stop just focusing on the things that other people have and start realizing the things that you have and the value that you have. When you begin to focus on those things and not the things around you, that's when you will start making better decisions with your money, buying things that you can afford and not buying those things that will put you in debt, that will put you in financial stress, and that will cause havoc in your life. Again, if I would have to wrap this video up in a phrase, it would be simply this. Don't buy stuff that you do not have the cash for. It won't work. But a good way that you can track your spending is to make sure that you're setting up a budget. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below for my free budget template that you have to write the vision, make it plain, because those without a vision will perish. You have to have a goal. You have to have a roadmap of where you are going. So what are some of the things that you do to make sure that your finances are in order so you only buy those things that you can afford? I would really like to read them in the section below. Well, that's all I have here today. Make sure that you like this video, share this video with those who you believe that will benefit from this content. If you haven't already done so, please click the subscribe button over there in the corner so you can get more videos on different ways how to save, earn, and live a frugal lifestyle. And always remember that being frugal is not about being cheap, it's about being resourceful. Have a great day.